Hey guys, Gazzles, friends, and Pazzles, this is Paul Acevedo. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we stream a different game every Saturday of the year. Tonight we are streaming Phantom Trigger from Tiny Build. It is available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Switch, and Steam, and even Windows 10, because it's an Xbox Play Anywhere title. I'm joined on mic by Perfect Zero, also called Thomas. You there?
Greetings and salutations.
There he is. And we've got Bob Jones, also known as Bob Jones.
Hello. I might disappear with no power.
That was not slurring. I said it differently on purpose.
He's already gone. It's gonna be Ori and the Blind Forest in like 20 minutes. The children should look away, Mongbox. See, he's got children running around in the background already.
Yeah, misbehaving little children. Sometimes they get an attitude. So we're starting a fresh game here. I messed around with it a few minutes this morning. You got your little cinematic, interesting pixel art style. What's for breakfast?
Death.
Guess what I'm cooking. So you did play the demo a little bit. We had
Yeah,
that
I did play
week.
it a little bit. Just not as much as I wanted because of all the issues.
Well, our boy just fell over dead, apparently.
Yep.
Stan!
Poisoned by his wife.
Oh, that makes me sad because you know Stanley's going to die any second now. And here he is riding in a boat. Is this the River Styx? Who knows? But I like this game's color palette. Nice and purple and blue.
It does. It's nice to see games with a lot of colors. I instead of the usual grays, blacks, and browns.
Yeah. Oh.
They gotta be dark, and serious, which means they can't have blues or greens. Those aren't serious colors.
Yeah, it's good when games, games, just like movies, I wish movies would do it more, should embrace all kinds of different color palettes and not just the same one or two. So I like the game's art style.
Oh, yes.
I do not like the character portrait for your character in the bottom left corner. It's ugly. Welcome, Outsider.
It's hard to do people in the art style, though, to make them blocky.
Yeah, he
That's
looks...
one thing.
You're right, the sprite looks fine, but... Yo, Homie Drew, thank you for the cheer. Homie Drew is on the board. Are you guys going to let Human Brian stay at the top of the leaderboard? Is that how it's going to be? This is our camp. You're an outsider. Plenty of you come this way, waiting for the pier. Waltzing
Have
for
you
the
played
pier.
Hyper Light Drifter, Paul?
I own it, but I have not played it.
Mm. It's like this game.
Drew, have you been streaming recently? I know somebody named Drew shared their Mixer stream, but I didn't get to watch it because I woke up late or whatever. Go talk to the tree, he says. And he calls us throwaway people. That's not very nice. You know why he calls us that? Because we're immigrants. Freaking Trumper.
No, it's because you're dead. He's just biased towards dead people. It's okay.
We immigrated to the afterlife.
It's the same. You're still dead. I think it's fine to discriminate against the dead.
That's cold. My name is Ant. I'm a brave fighter and explorer.
Well, hear that, any dead people? Get out of here.
Even the Ghostbusters discriminate against the dead, so I guess you're right.
Yeah, see, the dead are not welcome in the stream. Get out of here.
I have my whip. That won't cut it. Do I actually have a whip? Because it doesn't let you use... How do you use it?
Yep, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, Y button. Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So go talk to the tree. There's an achievement for hitting this tree after you get your sword. So I already got that. Use the image in the newsletter. But yay. Lyle, you're supposed to say Xbox One/Windows 10. Don't forget, guys, tonight's prize, if you win it, and you're a computer gamer, you can just redeem it on the Windows Store and play on your computer.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then probably get it on whatever console handheld Microsoft's having in 2 years.
I still don't think that's going to happen, but if it does, I would be happy.
They said they're working on it, and I bet you they'll do it. If not, buy one of the companies that makes one, like what is that, Smock, or the G1.
That's all. Enjoy your sword. So if I want, I can hit her now, like so. Ow. I am sorry I hit your sword with my body. She's apologizing for getting hit by her sword. Darker Player asks, Good man, Icky. You got it just right. So Darker Player asks if this is an easy completion. There are 16 achievements. I've got one of them out of 16, so I mean that's good. There are, Xbox achievements. The website doesn't have a message board for this game. I hate when they do that. They'll just skip a game and not have a message board for it, which means there's no guides. True Achievements has a few video guides, so there are video guides to some of the achievements.
How old is the game?
It came out, was it earlier this year? I'm pretty sure it's earlier this year.
Let's take a look.
Do you need another sword? I need more flint. Okay. So we're in this weird hub area, and I think it's time to go out into the world and see what the action is like. I know that's what we all want to do. No, Darker Player, that's not happening. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, if you marketed a handheld really well, then maybe you could make money off of it, just like Nintendo does with their DS and stuff. But you have to have the will. Sony did not have the will to succeed with the Vita.
No, the Vita does very well in Japan.
Yeah, but in America, they never stood behind it.
Because they didn't think it would do well in the beginning. So they didn't put money into it. And then they were like, yeah, we expected it to not do well, and it did. So this came out in August of last year.
Cool, August last year. Still within the last year, if you think about it like that. Just not this calendar year.
It's a year. I'm not even a year yet.
So why would I use a sword when I have a whip?
Because the sword does more damage.
There's an achievement for freezing 100 enemies, I think. Is that what your sword does? Because it looked like a block of ice.
Yeah, it's an ice sword.
And how do I dash? A dashes.
Yep, okay. A dashes.
You gotta smash those to break them with the sword.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
thanks.
The stuff breaks with the color of your weapon. So sword is blue, whip is green.
Oh, cool. Thank you, guys. So, Thomas, what have you been up to besides work?
That's basically what I do.
Yeah, but have you? I've been
seeing all the major movies. Beyond that, just do my usual thing with testing new tech. Got a fancy new thermostat prototype.
So, guys, how do I get past this fire? I don't see a
dash.
Just dash through it. Okay. Whoops.
You can dash to pretty much everything.
Which is A. Okay,
yeah, the dash is basically like a dimensional shift.
I keep trying to dash with right trigger like in Nier, but that's not going to work in this.
Oh
yeah, homie Drew points out this has Mixer integrations. So if you're a big Microsoft fan and you like all their Play Anywhere and Mixer and crap, then you've got Mixer integration. Does anyone know what
that
the
means?
Mixer
This is a Microsoft Studio-owned game.
Well, no, I mean it's published by Tiny Build, but sometimes third-party companies will work with Microsoft.
Is it one of the ones Microsoft bought?
I mean, oh no, they didn't buy Tiny Build. Yeah, Yup likes Mixer better. He is one of the 2 or 3 people in the world who like Mixer better.
All right, why do you like Mixer better?
Yeah, I can't think of. Well, I mean the lower latency is good, but everything else about it is.
Which
worse.
has that now too.
Yeah,
they're rolling it out to all the channels.
Uh-oh.
So why do you like Mixer better?
Oh, put it on the Switch. That's what I have to do. There we go. Yeah, I mean it's nice that third-party games can have Mixer integration as well.
See, and that's how other companies are competing. They are looking at what Twitch offers and like, oh, Twitch doesn't have that. I'll make sure my service has that.
Yeah, which is smart. And I mean, we tried. We streamed on Mixer for maybe 2 months, and no one would ever show up. Period. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, Mixer is just 100% dead unless you're a big streamer.
Mixer is getting more popular. It actually is growing.
Yep.
And nowhere near the size of Twitch.
Some games with the Mixer integration, you can actually do things in the game that affect it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he likes Mixer because it gives him free games. Twitch gives you free games too?
Yeah.
Well, for my members.
Weird. So yeah, there's some environmental integration stuff in this game that's cool.
And the last 2 mix pots weren't that great. So don't hype that on that much either, because the last 2 were so-so.
Thank you,
I think the last one didn't only have 1 game.
I just leveled up my sword. So Jono has just explained that the level I was playing in Crash Bandicoot wasn't one of the regular levels. It was a harder bonus level, so that's why it was giving me so much trouble. And we are going to stream Crash Bandicoot again when I get the chance. It's been a little while, I know. I mean, Nier Automata is a priority because the viewers voted with their wallets for it. But we'll certainly do some of that too. Ah, Paul, God, I cannot learn to dash with A. Now you're gonna hear it. Some games are quieter than other games, and this is one of those games.
Yeah, I was very disappointed in the audio from the crew too. It's so unbalanced.
Ah, that's annoying. So the whip pulls him over and the sword finishes him off.
Yep. And then later on you'll get
additional. Yeah, it's better now. You can hear it now.
1, 2, 3. So what I'm supposed to do is recreate the pattern. It's like a Simon Says thing. Blue, blue, green, blue. I wasn't paying attention. Blue, blue, green, blue. Alright, we did it! Good luck, everybody. Xbox Play Anywhere. Buy it once, play it on your PC and your console. Cloud saves, so you can transfer your progress between both platforms.
Got any Switch codes today, Paul?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
We asked for everything, but they gave us these 3 codes, and that's it. Yeah, we're also giving out a PC game in the final giveaway that Thomas here donated. What does that mean? Ah, black pepper.
Those slime things are annoying.
Oh, the crystal slimes? Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones I didn't like were the walking ones.
What is this thing I've just clicked on though, you guys?
I have not run across that. It's for one of the quests.
Yeah.
So do I have to do anything? I don't.
Just collect it.
You don't have any of the items yet.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's confusing. Ah!
Yeah, you don't even have the red weapon yet.
Right. The slime. Yeah, very annoying. Unlike the slimes in Dragon Quest, which are lovable. I made a pink square on the ground. What does that do? Don't walk into it, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a wave attack.
So this is some kind of roguelike, I hear. So, which must mean there's no real continuing. We'll see.
Perhaps not.
Look at this floor trap. I can hit the enemies with it. It's great. Take that in your face.
One's just standing there like, what's hitting me?
Yeah, man, I would really... There is a Dragon Quest slime controller for PlayStation 4, but it's $90 freaking, and it's not as good as a regular controller. Like, it's neat looking, but it's not ergonomic. So for $90, that thing needs to be better than a regular controller.
Oh, if nobody buys it, it'll be super cheap. You can buy it then.
I mean, it's Japanese. That's the thing. So it's not. It's limited. It's never gonna get much cheaper.
You know what I want to get? That remade Xbox One controller. They're calling the Duke. That's the controller I want.
That would be interesting. I don't understand liking the Duke because the Duke was a poorly designed controller.
It was designed for the big-handed people, and you know what? It is great for the big-handed people. That's why I like it.
Well, besides, the size is one thing, but like the black and white buttons were in a dumb place. They were not reachable by the human hand.
That's why a lot of games never used them.
Yeah.
Like it was the flashlight button. That was its supposed to be used purpose.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't miss that controller. I do miss. I mean, you had to have memory card slots in your controllers back then, all that dumb stuff.
Supposedly people have been liking that third-party Sony Elite one.
Isn't that like $200?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just like the Elite.
Yeah, well, the Elite is cheaper than that, but yeah, SCUF controllers are really expensive. So we got 2 different ways we could go, but this one's just a few more enemies. Am I gaining experience as I fight?
Yes.
So I saw
you haven't leveled up yet?
No, earlier I was something leveled up once.
Yeah, you should have hit 2 already. You hit that pretty fast.
Gotcha. This has a free demo on Steam if anybody wants to try it out. Who doesn't win a copy? So far, it's pretty cool. You know, I don't understand all the systems and everything yet, but I do like what I see. Don't like the stupid slime enemy.
Yeah, it's funny that those expensive controllers are sometimes more expensive than the cheaper end consoles now.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, the S has been below 200. The PS4 Slim's been below 200. So yeah, do you want a controller or a console?
Icky wants an Icky Edition controller.
Hey, you could do that with Xbox. Design your own. If not, you can use one of the skin companies.
You know, we almost made that a donation goal. Was like a Xbox Design Labs controller. Leveled up. Finally, I leveled up again. But in the end, we decided, Icky and me, you know, because Icky right now is my most active stream partner besides Tyler. But anyway, we decided we need a new green screen, everybody, and so that's our new donation goal. I didn't talk about it in the newsletter because I hadn't decided yet. But yeah, if we can get enough donations over the next 2 months, then we will get a new green screen because I miss having one. And I'm sure you all agree having a green screen is more professional. Oh, I just died. Those slimes are so freaking annoying.
Anybody getting some frame droppage?
Oh, that is a good question. Well, XSplit doesn't think we're dropping frames, but who knows. So we just appeared back in the base. No, we didn't. We appeared at the last checkpoint I got to, because there's checkpoints.
Yeah, it's checkpoints. Yeah.
So this isn't a real roguelike.
Those, the blue tile light up things.
Well,
and what I played, they were frequently placed, so.
Yo, Bumsley, good to see you. Tyler's not here tonight. Tyler is watching the UFC. One of his favorite things to do is to watch sweaty men grab each other and roll around a lot. He won't say why, but I'm sure he has his reasons. But it's always good to see you, Bums. How you been? You still doing lots of volunteering? Bums is known to feed the homeless. Soup kitchens and stuff like that. And he does this even though he professes that bums lie. Ah. You still there, boys?
Yep.
Okay. You could say hi to Bumsley too.
Greetings, bums.
There you go.
Having problems sitting?
Alright, we'll miss you, Brian. So now I don't know where to go because I ran into, maybe up this way. Yep, that was the way.
Yep. There's a lot of dead ends.
Ah.
If you spot any mirrors, make sure you go up to them.
Mirrors? Interesting.
I don't know. Secretly, Tyler is actually fighting in the UFC, and that's what he doesn't want to tell all.
Ooh. He doesn't
it's a secret identity. Just like the luchadores in Mexico.
Ooh. I love luchadors, you know that. Ah. Oh man, I don't know where to go. I died again.
Guacamole 2 out yet?
Keep going.
What the heck? We just had a flashback or something. The best option I see is surgery.
Oh, you're. This is you in the hospital.
That's right. Light speed Halo. That's the best choice, Doctor. So we have an interesting story here. By the way, guys, there's a PC game with Phantom Trigger and it's titled. It's a totally different game. I mentioned that in the newsletter. It's like a Japanese visual novel or something.
Yeah. It is a common name.
Oh, my nose is itching. So, Bumsley, what have you been doing? Have you been playing any games recently? What's going on in PlayStation land? It costs a lot. It doesn't matter. It does. Is he going to refuse to pay for treatment? The other options are death and dying. Oh, experimental treatment.
Ooh, those are fun.
It's more affordable and doesn't require surgery. So that must be what they decide to do.
That's not usually the case with experimental treatment people. Usually they're far more expensive and you have to leave the country.
Yeah. They're taking advantage. Yeah, no. It's called Grisaya Phantom Trigger.
It's based off an anime, if I remember correctly.
So, all the bad guys died. That's nice. And we got to a checkpoint, thank goodness. How do you refill your health, boys? Anybody know?
It does when you level up, I think, as well.
Yeah, random enemies will have these little orbs that follow you, and their health.
Checkpoint save it too.
Cool. So how do I don't see a good way to get through. Oh yeah, I can just dash.
Yeah, you those little blocks turn the spikes on and off. You can use that to strategically trap enemies.
Nice.
Just dash in and out of it.
Yeah. Oh wow. Where'd you move to, bums? Same city or a different area? What's the sitch? Oh, okay, what is this thing? Hey you. Me? Yes, you. Want fancy knuckles? Fresh tested. His name is Lil Bull. Oh, you know what? This reminds me of a movie that I watched recently, Annihilation. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, I want to see it.
It is very good.
Yeah, I watched. I didn't really care for it too much. It didn't.
That's what I hear. It's either people really like it or really not like it.
I liked it a lot. The ending was a little too 2001 cerebral, you know, but up until then, the whole thing, I just 100% dug it.
Well, I've seen a lot of movies with those kind of plot lines. The storytelling, especially towards the end, just kind of really fell apart.
Well, I think
the writing falls apart when they try to close everything.
Well, I wouldn't, I think it's just not it's a movie that gets kind of conceptual rather than literal. Again, like 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like a lot of people don't understand the ending of that movie. But that movie has stood the test of time. We'll see if Annihilation does. But I think it does a really good job of creating this weird alternate reality kind of situation where people and animals and plants are all mutating, and they look really good. Like it is just really visually exciting. Cube of Flame, I got it. There we go. Talk to the hand.
Yeah, literally.
Lyle, that's not the ending, but also we wouldn't want to spoil the ending for everybody, Lyle. That would be really bad to do. There you go, Darker Player. Darker Player remembers 2001. But anyway,
the old movie.
If anybody's interested in seeing Annihilation and they're not sure if they will like it or not, there's a place that I can point you to that sells digital copies of it for $6. So that's like $1 or $2 more than just renting it, and you got it your digital copy. You can watch whenever you want. So that's how I got it, and I loved it. Here we go. And surprisingly, the wife ended up liking it. Like, she does not like things that are not very literal and easy to follow. Like, she didn't even like Shape of Water, and Shape of Water is great.
Does she like Natalie Portman?
She does like Natalie Portman, and she likes horror movies. So, this movie had some horror elements, and so she enjoyed that aspect of it a great deal, I think.
I want to watch it because I like the monster movies.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some cool creatures. Not a whole lot, not as many as you might expect, but the ones that are in there are really cool.
Yes, I would say the one cool monster, but that kind of gives it away.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it.
That's like the only cool surprise in there.
Let's see.
Like, I wish they'd stop making the weird Cloverfield movies and go back to the monster movie.
Well, Darker Player, my point was, like, if you're going to rent a movie anyway for $4, why not spend $2 more and be able to watch it whenever you want? It's like, it's $2 more.
Watch it on rent it for cheaper at Redbox.
Yeah, admittedly, it's only $1 at Redbox, but all the streaming places charge $4 for rental for most movies. So.
Yep.
Is Redbox still around?
Because the makers get the digital profit as well from the rentals.
Yeah, and it's not a bad system. It's fair.
So that's one good thing about digitals if you're caring about people making money off what they made, because the physical rentals, the people who made the movie don't get any of that.
Yeah, they just buy it once, and the only money they ever got was from the one sale, and then they may run it 100 times. Very low in life, unfortunately.
Just dodge. Use the whip. Dodge. Whip. Dodge. Whip.
Trying.
Did we dodge?
These enemies are changing color, and it's too hard. Oh, interesting. Icky, I hear 10 Cloverfield Lane is also very good. And yeah, the original
I liked it.
I liked the original. Cloverfield Paradox, everyone hates. I haven't watched it.
I need to watch it.
Paradox is just not that impressive.
I mean, it's free on Netflix, so it's not like I wasted any money.
Yeah, at least there's that, but it's a mess, isn't it? It's just kind of a mess.
The favorite joke I have about that is the marketing for the movie lines. Like, first movie, made in a year, marketed for like a year. 10 Cloverfield Lane was marketed like a couple of months before it happened. Paradox was released the same day people talked about it, and so they're saying the next one is Abrams is just going to throw a Blu-ray into your house.
Yeah,
saying watch it. That's how he's going to distribute it next. Just throwing it at people's houses, yelling watch it.
You know, I actually did follow the development of Paradox before it came out. You know, like when they were making it, there were little news stories. There weren't trailers or anything like that, but there were news stories, and so I was looking forward to it based on what I had heard, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to have delivered.
No, you can tell where they went wrong with that movie.
What is, like, one particular thing that you didn't like about it?
The fact that the storytelling just kind of broke when you're... Oh, you haven't seen it, so I'm not going to give away much, or I can't really say much about it.
Yeah, just anything.
But it becomes very clear. It's just kind of... It loses track of itself is what it is. It starts off as a suspenseful monster movie, then takes a deep dive into typical sci-fi fare, and it just can't keep up with it.
Dang. Interesting. Good night, Mongbox. Thank you very much for watching. It's always great to see and talk to you. It's too hard to...
Well, Movie Pass, you pay for a year in advance, so you'll still have it for a while if you cancel it.
Not everyone. I pay monthly.
Oh, you don't? Oh.
It is cheaper if you pay a year in advance, but I would not feel safe doing that anymore, given how they make it worse, like, virtually every month with some new policy or whatever.
Yeah, like I said, only one theater here takes it, and it has one screen, so it's like I can't watch that many movies.
Yeah, no, I mean, what's the closest real city?
The closest real city?
Yeah. Like drive
away.
Dang.
If you want like actual city, that's another hour. Then you get to Phoenix, Tucson, El Paso.
That's quite a drive.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I need to refill my health.
Like it used to be, to see a movie, you had to drive 60 miles to the closest movie theater.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm. That was about... Because the one here, they used to have one here, which was terrible, and I was glad it closed. Because it was a terrible movie theater, but you could watch it. That one closed for a couple of years, and then they had to reopen, the university opened one, and then the city opened one. So, but they're both one screen.
So I'm kind of wishing I just restarted back at the same checkpoint that I was on. The enemies do a lot of damage, you know, like it's hard to fight and not take a lot of damage.
Get a dodge barn.
Yuppie84 says he doesn't like movies. That's sad. Movies certainly are worse than they were in the 80s and 90s, like because of the China factor, you know, because of people like Icky. Thanks, Icky. But you know, because international markets where they don't care about plot coherence, and so now movie studios don't care about plot coherence. So there are a lot of movies that have bad scripts that get made, and they're like, it doesn't matter, they'll still go watch it in China.
Oh yeah, because they'll make 5 times as much money overseas.
Yeah, and they still do, whether or not the plot makes sense. So that's a shame. It has had a bad effect on movie making. But I still think there's lots of good movies that get made, and you know, if you really don't think so, then either you're not good at picking movies, or you're just too picky. No offense, yet. Like Avengers, Lightspeed Halo. You just watch it. No, Lyle, don't do that.
No, for Avengers, they just make the movie different in China.
That's right. They cut out all the gay parts. Oops. Actually, so far Microsoft has just chosen not. I'm sorry, Marvel Studios has chosen not to have any gay scenes. Like they cut them out, period, worldwide. Which
they have them in their TV
shows, but that doesn't count. Yeah. TV shows are actually produced for just English markets, you know, and they don't really worry about like what the Chinese
US
market
and Canada,
thinks.
Pretty much.
Yeah, UK and Australia, I think, count too. But
speaking of TV shows, anybody caught the new episode or season of Luke Cage?
I did. It was much better than the first season.
Nice.
They toned down the poor cinematography choices, and it was only slow in the first couple episodes.
Nice. You know, the only I watched the first episode of it, and I thought it was pretty okay.
Yeah, it gets better.
Nice. That's good to hear. Yeah, you're right, Icky. That is exactly whose fault
I think
it
the
is.
ending's kind of like silly. I think it's like classic TV writing for the ending, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, it does have that subtext to it as far as character development goes.
Yeah.
Does the bad guy get a super suit?
No, there is no super suit.
Dang it.
There's no super suit.
Because the bad guy is cool, and he's another snake guy, which is an interesting choice. They're just like individually using the team of snake guys in different things.
Well, he doesn't have a super suit because the bad guy already has superpowers.
Yeah, but he should still have a cool suit. But again, the people who run Netflix, Marvel TV don't like that stuff, so screw them. Jeff Loeb, you suck real hard. Oh, how he sucks. You know what I've been watching, though? I'm 3 episodes into Cloak and Dagger.
Teenage romance,
Well, there is a lot of... I mean, Cloak and Dagger is like what the comic is like, you know, so I'm enjoying it for that. I like the comic.
Yep, I have a DVR, but I've yet to actually watch it.
Huh. We'll give it a shot, just see if it intrigues you. Like, it's really character-grounded, which you could say the Netflix shows are too, but I like the characters. So, you know, they're like 2 kids who've had a hard life, 2 teenagers. And I really feel for them. You know, like the girl, her mom does drugs and steals from her and stuff. And my mom was not like that, but I've had enough friends whose family was like that or whatever, so I feel for them. And
it's okay if your mom was. We're here for you. We'll support you.
Aw. No, I mean, my mom is a bit of a bigot, which makes me sad, but except for that, she, you know, and not financially responsible, but not like that. No drugs, no alcohol. Interesting. Yeah, Lyle is right. Sense8 has a lot of bisexuality and gay stuff, and you know, Sense8 is just a really sexual show.
It's supposed to be a weird show.
So. Yeah, you know.
If you want sexy show, go watch Carbon. There's lots of sex in that.
So just went interesting.
Altered Carbon.
Yep.
I need to check that out. So what did that door do? I just clicked on it.
They specifically made a lot of sex in it because it's part of the story.
Interesting. Yeah, and that's based on a book. Welcome back, Human Brian. Always good to see you. I thought Sense8 was written by the Wachowskis, or is it only produced by them?
I thought it was... No, the Wachowskis did something on Netflix. Was it not Sense8?
It's Sense8. But I don't know if they wrote it or not. You know, maybe someone else wrote it, like what Brian is saying.
Yeah, because Babylon 5 does have like a Wachowski sounding name because I believe he's German.
J. Michael Straczynski.
Yeah.
He was the main Babylon 5 showrunner.
Yeah.
Ah.
I like it. He's commenting on Go 9, especially since Go 9's died. He was, you know, because he was saying earlier, oh yeah, Babylon 5's on Go 90. Go watch it. And then he's like, Babylon 5's coming to Amazon Prime, so people can watch it now.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
I wish they would do that show in HD. The problem is they did all the space scenes and special effects in SD.
The Prime keeps the original aspect ratio.
Well, that's
the
good.
only problem is the digital ones were made in a different ratio, so they're slightly zoomed. But the live action is non-cropped. And that's just because they didn't, you know, they made them separately and they didn't want to future-proof the digital scenes.
Which is a shame. Yep84 is saying that he does not enjoy sex scenes in TV shows, you know, and that's okay.
Don't watch Altered Carbon then. Nope,
Yeah.
you don't want to watch that one bit.
Yeah, I don't think you should be complaining about it, but it's okay not to like sex scenes, you know, but like to think that there shouldn't be sex scenes or whatever, that is not okay. Because, just like killing and drama and romance, I mean, like, all these things are just part of life, and to take them off the table for storytelling is not good, in my opinion.
But yeah, I recommend
when they rely on too heavily
for Babylon 5.
Yeah, there is such thing as leaning on something too heavily. I agree with that. Chicago likes the premise of Sense8. I still haven't even checked it out. I don't like the Wachowskis.
It had enough fan love that they made a conclusion movie.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, that's a nice thing about the modern age. Like, there are so many shows from the 80s and 90s that did not finish. They got canceled and they never wrapped their story up.
Especially that end of the 80s writer strike darn killed Alien Nation.
Yeah, that's a shame. And there was, like there's a sci-fi show I liked as a kid, War of the Worlds. There was a TV show of it that never had a conclusion. There's a lot of shows, really, that never, especially kids.
And then there was a writer strike in, what, 05? That killed a bunch of stuff, too.
Is that the one? Yeah, is that the one?
Yeah, because it was a big one. It lasted like a whole year. It enabled a lot of new shows to be written because of because it was a super big strike.
Oh, the stupid.
My issue, though, as that strike resulted in all the studios not having a problem with putting shows on long hiatus. And I'm really sick of shows going on indefinite hiatus.
Yeah, they proved they could
never know if it's over or not.
People would still watch it, so they're like, aha, we can do it, aha.
Yeah, that part is bad. Good luck, everybody! I really liked Babylon 5 at the time. I didn't get to watch it consistently, so I couldn't quite keep up with the story, but every time I watched it, I always had a good time. And J. Michael Straczynski, the showrunner of Babylon 5, he did a really good run on the comic book of Thor. Like, his run on that is some of the best Thor that's ever been, so, and you can get a nice collection of it.
I'd love a Babylon 5 remake or continuation. Like, oh, that'd be so great.
Yeah, why not just take place in the same universe? Yes, they resolve the overall conflict, but there could be a new one, just like with Mass Effect.
Like the Adventures of Jakar. That would be the greatest thing.
Which one is Jakar?
The Narn, the
reptile.
One-eyed. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good character, a real good character. I liked. Who was the guy with the bald head and the funny hair?
Londo, the Centauri.
Yeah, he
I don't remember a single one of those characters.
Oh, it's not. It was not a very popular series when it was on.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of jokes. I just don't remember anything from it.
There was a lot of jokes of the Star Trek and Star Wars fans of being like, Babylon 5, like, who watches that?
Well, it was only syndicated. It didn't have a network behind it, right? Isn't that so? That never helps a show get real big. Malari, interesting. Thank you, Chicago.
Yeah, it's Londo Malari. I liked Veer more than Londo, his assistant.
I'm trying to think if I've watched anything else lately. So we said Cloak and Dagger, first episode of Luke Cage Season 2, Annihilation. Oh yeah, I started rewatching Stranger Than Fiction with Will Ferrell. Anybody seen that?
Oh yeah. I love it, like... I love that the writer is so like, well, to make this story you're writing epic, you have to kill this real person.
Yeah.
But like, really? You are a terrible person, Dustin Hoffman. Terrible person.
That British lady, what has that British lady been in from that show?
She was the narrator for You Are the Weakest Link, wasn't she?
Could have been. I think he's actually quite a good actor. Like, whether you appreciate his comedy or not is a different story, but
you forget comedians have to be really good actors. Like, that is the hardest thing to act about.
Well, not all of them are. Like, Chris Rock is a bad actor, but he...
Well, that's because he just continues to be Chris Rock. Ones that actually act when they're acting are usually much better.
Yeah, no, I mean...
Instead of just playing the character they normally are.
Will Ferrell has some dramatic roles, and he does a good job. Kind of like Adam Sandler. Like, Adam Sandler has a few actual dramatic movies that he's good in. Like Punch Drunk Love and whatever.
Spanglish.
Yeah. But,
yeah, I don't know. A lot of those actors or comedians are better actors than they are comedians.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind Sandler as long as he's being serious.
Yeah,
Same thing with, like, what's his name? I can't think of his name now.
Zach
Galifianakis? The guy from...
No.
Actually, no. The pet movies, pet detective movies. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
He's awesome as a serious actor.
Why are we on hard difficulty? That's a problem. Let's go to normal. There we go.
Trust me, normal is not that much different.
Probably not.
No, it's. I think there's just less enemies.
Yeah, no, I agree. Jim Carrey is a good dramatic actor. I mean, I also enjoy the Ace Ventura movies and stuff, but he's mostly given up on comedy. So, should I go to the save point or should I do the switch puzzle?
Go to the save point first. It's always better.
Got it. Yeah,
just in case you screw up.
I agree. The Truman Show was great, and
that is a great movie. There's been talks of making a TV show.
That would be neat. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind also, I think, is really good. It's not for everybody, but I really like it.
I didn't catch that one.
Oh,
I was like,
I really liked it.
Worth watching. Blue, red. Okay, so blue, red. Red.
Did anybody watch the Three Stooges movie he was in?
Don't even refer to that movie, please. That's a sin.
I thought it got pretty okay reviews.
I don't know how. That was terrible.
Dang, I didn't see it. So
I know it just disappeared because they were like, nope, this movie is nope.
Yeah, no, Nicolas Cage is weird. You're right. He will be in a lot of. He picks projects really randomly. He was invited to do like a Marvel show or something, and he turned his nose up to it because it's TV. And it's like, do you know how many film actors do?
He's a weird guy.
Yeah,
unless it was Superman, he will mostly say no.
He'll do completely terrible movies, like movies that have no redeeming value, and yet somehow he's too good for TV. You know, like it makes no sense, but that's just the way he thinks.
Yeah, only unless it's Superman, then he would do it.
Well, that and Ghost Rider. Like, he loves Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Which one are you talking about, Mitch? Okay, that's true.
Which I actually liked the Ghost Rider movies. Second one had Iris Elba in it. Yeah.
I thought the first one was
good,
tolerable.
But they weren't bad either.
Yeah, it was tolerable. Like the villain, I think they really dropped the ball with the villain in the first one. I mean, the same thing hurt that Suicide Squad movie. I mean, Suicide Squad wouldn't have been good no matter what, but I bet it would have been better if they hadn't taken it away from the director.
They had just had Will Smith and Harley Quinn actress just go away and make their own movie and follow them. The movie would have been better. It's like, you two, go over there. Okay, all right, we're going to follow them and still call it Suicide Squad.
Certainly everything is better without the guy from My Chemical Romance or whatever, Jared Leto. Ugh.
Yeah, but apparently he's what most people liked in the movie besides Harley, so he's getting his own movie.
I'm so sad about that. Like, his Joker was actually okay. He is insufferable. He is terrible. Everything about him is terrible, and I would be happier if I never saw him again.
Well, that part I don't disagree with, but as a method actor, he was actually pretty good.
Well, I mean, like, his Joker is okay besides the look of the character, but, like, the stupid stuff he did to, like, his fellow actors, you know, like, sending him all those gross things.
As a person, he's not good.
Yeah, he's an idiot. Like, he thinks he's all that and a bag of chips, but he is not even the bag of chips.
That's because he was trying to be method like our previous Joker that killed himself.
Heath Ledger.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the thing with method actors is they can be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, and method acting is kind of dumb to begin with. It can result in a good performance, but I don't think there's any connection. It's more like randomly that guy might turn in a good performance. So guys, in case you didn't notice, this game has 2-player local co-op. We don't get to try it out, but it's there. And there's 2 achievements related to it, so one of them is just for dying. Anybody could get that one, but the other one I think you might actually need another person to help you do. There's an arena mode. I think you may unlock it by beating the game, and that has its own achievement.
That's usually the case for arena modes.
Yeah, you have to play through the game at least twice to get everything, because there's an achievement for skipping all the story scenes and another for watching all the story scenes. That's actually a pretty lame achievement, I think, because, like, what if you forget to skip it or something? Then you'd just be screwed.
Unless you're the person, you know, because there's the people that don't care about scenes at all. And so I'm sure the people that automatically skip through everything get the achievement at the end.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't like things that are not easy to specifically go for, and I feel like if you slip up, you might mess up on that, but...
You gotta start over.
Yeah, like, I want a way to track it. I want to be able to go back and try again somehow, and I don't know if you could.
Remember when Microsoft talked about achievement tracking? Remember that?
Back when you could still dock things on the side. What did they call that?
Snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's gone.
But
so.
technically, the
Yeah, because it was taking too much system resources, so they got rid of it. It should have made the Xbox more powerful. Because the Snap would run just fine on the One now, the X.
Yeah, that's true. It would.
Especially if the game has no 4K support or anything, it would run super fine.
Firelight really likes Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger did a great job.
Yep, and it was confirmed he was going to be in another movie if he didn't die.
Yeah, of course.
Like, it was, everyone assumed it was, but his sister confirmed it. Because she found some of his paperwork.
Interesting. So, I don't really like that particular movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just kind of not for me. Like Batman, we've talked about it a few times, but Batman loses the whole time. The actual ending is dumb. I forget if we talked about that last week or not, but the ending where Batman takes the fall, and it's like, you really could have just pinned that on the Joker and it would make more sense. Plus, Batman going on the run, he just retires right away. He doesn't even really go on the run. But,
yeah, he just literally stops for 8 years, and people are like, oh my god, he's back.
Yeah, so, the ending means nothing. It's a dumb ending. But, the Joker himself, yes, he was really good.
Oh yeah, it was movie writing. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna make it set to where obviously all these sets happened, even though, like, they could have been avoided in many ways.
Yeah, exactly, and that was very avoidable.
Just like me, though, I was so mad at the trailer people for Dark Knight because they showed Two-Face in the trailers. So mad.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a cool surprise.
I'm so angry about trailers these days, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, some of them really do spoil a movie. Like, I'll watch the very first trailer for a movie, but usually that's the only one I'll see unless it appears before
Well, sometimes
a
they're the
movie.
worst because they're just pulled together from out-of-shot sequences, and they don't know that that shot's super important.
I think they're less likely to have spoilers. I think the more trailers that they do, the more spoilers you're going to end up seeing. But
well, studios are also better about it now because they realize that people get mad at it. So.
That is true.
Are you kidding me? How many movies lately have come out where you essentially watched the movie before you went to the theaters?
Well, Sony's bad about that. Like, Sony will do so many trailers. Like, remember
Sometimes
Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Sony will accidentally release their whole movie on YouTube instead of the trailer.
Which movie was
leave
that?
It up for like a day.
Yeah, which movie was that happened with recently?
It was the one that came out on Tuesday. It was some like crime drama movie, I think, about a gangster or something.
That movie got bad reviews anyway.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be the R-rated trailer, and they uploaded the full movie, and it was up for like 8 hours.
Ha, the Red Band trailer, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure lots of people watched it.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you can make that mistake because a trailer's supposed to be a cut from the movie.
My guess it's all automatic, and they just flagged the wrong thing as the uncut trailer. Because yeah, like if they had somebody would have been uploading it and be like, "This is a super large file for a trailer." Oh, it's also an hour and a half long. That's very long for a trailer. No, it was all automatic, and that's probably why they didn't even notice. Because nobody looks at it, and it was probably one of the social people that told them, people are talking about you uploaded the full movie, you gotta take it down.
Yeah, that was silly. So by the way, this screen here that confused me early on, these are dial-a combos that you can unlock. So like you have to dial it in, you don't just do it with a natural timing. So it's kind of like a Mortal Kombat combo. So if I do XXY and I do it at the right rhythm, XXY, the finishing move is different. Let's try, you got BBA, let's try that. I don't know if I'm doing that one right. BBA. Yeah, I guess it makes the ring of fire around you? Is that what it's doing? Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, and we also have XXA, so let's try that. XXA. We've got about 7 to 10 minutes left to go on the stream, everybody. Phantom Trigger from Tiny Build. It's pretty fun. I was expecting a little bit more of a roguelike. I don't like constantly being low on health and having to rely on the checkpoints so much, but except for that, Oh, and it's just like the enemies are too likely to hit you. You know, like your only ranged attack pulls them towards you. You don't have a attack that gives you decent range.
And you have no real defensive abilities other than dodge.
Yeah, and the dodge is okay for some things, but you're still going to get hit a lot just trying to deliver your hits before you even dodge. Like, you're trying to get a hit in, you're going to get hit by the bad guys because of the real short range. So that's a little bit of a shame, but it is a neat game, and if you like a challenge, I think you'll really dig it, because it's a tough game, but cool, and very stylish, which is good. Ah! Just got hit! Get over here! Come here! Get down here! Oh, Mortal Kombat. I watched something recently with... Oh, you know, I'm one episode to go on Lost in Space. I think that's what I wanted to talk about. On the Netflix.
That is a good show.
Very good show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's been greenlit for season 2.
Which is great. And again, I don't get, like, Lyle complains about Will Robinson. He's, like, barely in each episode. Like, they don't give the kid very much to do because they're working around him being a kid actor, you know? So, like, I really don't get being too annoyed with him because he just doesn't do very much.
And he's supposed to be the annoying character. He's supposed to be the character that does stupid things and get in trouble because he's the small child.
Well,
that's what his character's supposed to be.
If he doesn't have, like, a reverence for the original Lost in Space or anything, you know, he's not from America.
I've only ever seen the remake movie.
I saw the show
Danger
a long time ago.
Robinson.
There you go. Yeah, no, you're right, the show would change, but it wouldn't be for the better. Really great show, though, and one guy who's in it that I thought of it because I said a little Mortal Kombat reference. I think his name is Kerry Lee Tokugawa or something like that. The guy who played Shang Tsung in the first Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah. He used to be like the big Japanese guy in the 90s.
Yeah,
he was in like everything.
He was tough and handsome and stuff, and now he's an old man. And he's in Lost in Space. You know, he plays like this old Japanese scientist, and he's so old. I wonder if he's
one of like the very smart people too.
Yeah. So, but it's cool to see him in something after all these years. He was also, I think he was a bad guy in Showdown in Little Tokyo. I could be remembering wrong. The Brandon Lee movie.
Yeah, he usually was a villain.
Oops, I backtracked.
He was also in Babylon 5.
And he was in a movie, a Michael Crichton thriller about ladies getting strangled while they fool around. What was that movie called? Rising Sun, which also had Sean Connery. Oh boy.
Oh yes,
that
was actually good.
Yeah, it was all right. I also read the book back in the day.
Yeah, it was when they were making everything Tom Clancy. Like, Tom Clancy wrote a book, Movie Time.
Yeah, I mean, the first Mortal Kombat movie came out in 1995. I mean, that makes me feel old. I was like 16 when it came out, and now I'm 39. So that was many, many years ago. So yeah, it makes sense. Somebody who was in his 40s and handsome back then, now he's in his late 60s or whatever. Mm-hmm. You'll see. I'll be here. So, we just saw our guy suffering from cancer or something. He's getting this experimental treatment, which either has led to his death or has led to him going to this weird Phantom Realm.
Oh, no, remember, we saw the game
starts
with his story's ending.
But is that... I mean, you don't know what the actual ending is going to be, bro. Maybe he comes back to life. Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, that's his name. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, that's a complicated name. That's the thing about non-English and non-American names, is they love to have tons of syllables, and they're so hard to remember.
Oh yeah, and some also have like 6 or 7 names.
Yeah,
well.
that I totally don't get. Even Mexican names, like Mexico, they like to have like...
They have like 5.
Yeah.
Like 3 to 5 is very common.
Yeah, it's too many. It's like, how do you remember all that? I can't remember all that.
Well, when you're a parent, you just say it like a ton of times when they're children.
I guess so. Oh, wow. Oh, Thyrenia, you're only a few years older than me. I mean, I don't think of, my wife, she's 12 years older. I don't think of her as old the vast majority of the time. The only thing is she's very sickly, but I don't know if that has anything to do with her age or if it's just because of her,
Oh, some people get sick easier.
Yeah, some people are just sickly.
Yeah, it can happen to the teenagers too.
There you go. Yeah.
I've known plenty of teenagers that get sick a lot.
Yeah. So, it's okay to be in your 70s, Thyrenia. We don't mind. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I've told you guys that she's older than me before and stuff. I don't care if she calculated or not. Oops.
I don't think you've said this specific. You just said she was a lot older.
Okay. Well, yeah, but anyway, I don't think there's anything wrong with, you know, it's like, I don't think there's any point in being embarrassed about your age. Like,
Once both people are over 25, it don't matter.
Yeah, for real.
Like, trust me, it doesn't matter after everybody's over 25.
Yeah, sometimes with great age differences, there can be a power imbalance, and I won't say there's not a power imbalance, but the power imbalance is not because of her age, it's because of her, you know, bipolar, but it is what it is. Here we go. But you know, like when I'm in a relationship, any relationship, this is gonna sound like bragging, but I mean, I'm used to being the smart one, you know, and like sometimes that can be a power imbalance if they're like way less smart or whatever. It just depends. And anybody who's kind of smart probably has experienced that.
Yep.
It's hard to find a balance in relationships.
Yeah, like what about your son's mom, Thomas? What was she like?
Let's just say it's a good thing she had good looks.
Aw. Yeah, sometimes it's that way. But that's kind of a nice thing about romance in general is you don't have to be that dang much alike as long as there's something that connects the two of you.
Yes, she had good looks.
Exactly. Yeah, well, you know.
It connected very well for a while.
Sometimes people have relationships over the weirdest things, and they last forever, or they last, you know, an hour.
Yeah, I mean, my current relationship, it's stressful. I don't want to I don't want to go into too much detail. It's stressful a lot of times, and that stress could eventually cause too many problems. But when it's working right, when she's in a good mood, I'm very happy and I have a lot of fun, more fun than I ever had with anyone else.
Yeah, people with bipolar can be difficult. My sister actually got diagnosed with that.
That's a shame. How old's your sister?
2 years younger than me.
Ah.
So I'm going to assume she's 30-something. I don't know.
Cool. How does she do, like, relationship-wise? Is she married or anything?
She's remarried now, yes, with a kid for the first time, which everybody in the family was very unhappy about that detail.
Oh,
you mean it wasn't on purpose?
Well, it wasn't not on purpose, but it's more of we were unhappy with the fact that she had a kid, period.
Oh, because it wasn't the right time or whatever?
Yeah, well, no, it's because it's basically everybody else has to take care of her.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So she's not prepared for the responsibility. Bob Jones, you're breaking up a lot, bro.
Am I?
Yeah, unfortunately. But Thomas is staying clear, so yeah, Thomas is staying clear, so it's probably just your internet.
Because I'm hearing you guys just fine.
That's good. So we're getting towards the end of the stream. We're running the raffle, and we're gonna maybe get to another checkpoint and then quit. Real interesting game. You know, like I'm interested in seeing where the story goes. You know, Tiny Build, if you're not familiar, they make a lot of games that look like this. You know, like how that one developer, not Artifex Mundi, but the other one, 10 Tons, makes a lot of twin stick shooters that look pretty much the same. I would say that Tiny Build has a lot of games that look kind of like this. Like they've got one called Garage Trip or something. I forget what it's called. Like a new one. And visually, it's, you know, they're all this overhead view. They're often twin stick shooters as well. But they also have other kinds of games because they're a publisher, so they don't develop every game they release. Yes, thank you for donating that prize, Perfect Zero, Shadowrun Returns Deluxe. Let's hope we didn't give it away in the past, because I've only just recently improved my prize tracking abilities. So, we'll see. Because you can't test Steam codes. Why, oh why can't we test Steam codes, Steam? Why, oh why?
You used to, and then they got mad at it because of their servers too much.
Yeah, it's awful. Checkpoint! Yes, we made it to a checkpoint.
They're also mad because code people seem to mess up their reviews.
I mean, I guess there's some way it could lead to theft, but still, it's just an important thing. Like, to have this thing that has value and not be able to ascertain that value, it's not good. Like, people will accidentally sell codes that are used because they can't tell. That kind of thing. Yes.
Some people will also sell them on purpose.
Yeah, Perfect Zero has has been a really great code donor, and we're trying to take more advantage of that. Like, whenever we don't have, like, 2 platforms of codes to give out, we're always going to give out a Steam game just to hit that second platform. Although, you know, if you won the Xbox code tonight, it's good on Windows 10 too, because Xbox Play Anywhere, again, a very cool feature of this game. Bob sounds like he's drowning in a pool. Oh, Bob, when will you learn? Poor Bob. Okay, so... let's see, how much of my drink do I have left? I got a little bit left. Thank you, Icky, for running the contest tonight. You know, guys, we need more moderators. We need more volunteers to actually help out with the stream. Like, you guys turn up every week. We just need a few of you who own computers to do a little more, to say, okay, every now and then, like once a month, I'll help out. You know, so, like, please, somebody do that for us. That's a good question, Lightspeed Halo. And I'm going to send out a newsletter about it at some point, about how we need moderators, but if you think you might... If you own a computer, you can use it easily and watch the stream at the same time, and you think you might be able to help out, then please volunteer. Even a Chromebook is good enough to be to run the contest. Yeah, so Lightspeed Halo, if you think you could do that at some point, then just step up. I know, like, some of you, you're too busy, you can't be here every week or whatever, but, like, even once a month, we could use somebody else to run the contest, because Brian is just less available than he used to be. Thank you, homie Drew. Okay, get in touch with me about it. Like, hit me up on Discord. Yes, Braumeister, that would be awesome. That would be so good. Because it's stressful, guys. If we lean on Icky too much, then eventually Icky is going to feel too stressed out about it.
Yeah, and then he's going to get overworked and not doing it.
And if he said no and there's nobody else, then what do we do? Like, the stream can't run right anymore. So that's why it really is important that we have more volunteers. Yay, thank you, Drew. Wolfblade, that would be really cool too. Thank you. Yeah, and Brian's right. You don't have to be on mic for the contest. You only have to have computer access, so you can, like, manage the spreadsheet and all that.
And control of copy. You know, if you do it wrong, it leads to bad news.
So it sounds like we have some people who are interested. So thank you, guys. Just remember to hit me up on Discord, alternately Twitter, but preferably Discord. And by the way, there's an Xbox One Discord app. It's not called Clamor. It's called... do you remember what the name was, Icky? I figured it out the other day.
Didn't Xbox add Discord integration directly?
Yep. But I don't think it has an actual app for it. Just
but there's a third-party app. It's like a word for argument, like Babel or something. God, I can't remember what it is. But there is an Xbox One Discord app. If you don't have a computer but you have a keyboard, you know, then you could at least use Discord. But that doesn't mean you could run the contest. God, it's not Clamor. What is it called? Icky, do you remember? Quarrel, thank you. Quarrel is the name of the Xbox One Discord app. So anybody with an Xbox One and a keyboard who just wants to be able to chat with us sometimes, download Quarrel.
Yeah, the ones that show up are Quarrel and TS3. TS3 is paid, so don't do that one.
Okay, Quarrel is free. Icky spelled it correctly. Yeah, so
got a picture of a bird.
Yeah, give that a shot, guys, because, like, I love chatting with you guys. You can talk to me anytime. Like, I'm up all night long. I answer everything on Discord, so you can always chat with me. It's fun. All right, so thank you, TinyBuild, for donating your copies of Phantom Trigger tonight. Phantom Trigger is really cool. Are we actually at a boss fight? I think we're at a boss fight. Okay, let's just do the boss real quick. Yeah. We'll see if I die or not. This looks hard. Looks not fun. God. My shots are not hurting him, so I don't know. Does anyone know what to do here?
I didn't even make it that far, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, Quarrel only supports text chat, but we don't use voice chat on Discord anyway, so you're fine. Some people do, but our server does not.
Let's see if this works.
Maybe you think I have to hit him with one of these objects or something?
Yeah!
So it's nice to know there's boss fights. That's cool.
That should be the Quarrel app.
Oh, I think I just hurt his shield. I don't know. Those falling things don't seem to hurt him. They just hurt me when he makes them explode. So you can see him wind up for his... God. It doesn't give you a lot of time. Again, I don't like how vulnerable you are whenever you attack in this game, because you just have such crap range.
Gotta work on your dodge.
It's the game's fault, you know. It's intentionally being hard, but little bit of a not good
Yeah,
kind
but
of hard.
it's a cheaty kind of hard.
Yeah.
Instead of a skill level hard.
Yeah, I mean, like, if this was a twin-stick shooter, I probably would enjoy it a lot more. But, alright. I died, but we saw how the boss is, and yes, that's true,
People
Brian.
want their games to be like the 30-minute ones when they were kids, because, you know, that's great.
Okay, one of these days we'll try Discord for co-hosting. One of these days.
Yes.
Yeah, mostly Skype doesn't let us down. Every now and then it does create some issues. Alright, thank you, Platinum
everybody heard that Paul's going to use Discord next week for the
Oh my god,
chat.
next
Heard
week?
it. That's what
Oh
he said.
god.
That's what he said. He said next week. He's already put it in the letter. If you look and go back, it says it. He put it in the letter that he's going to use Discord next week.
Interesting. Lyle says he has some kind of compatibility issue, but we only have Lyle on mic about once a month anyway, so it's not a huge deal. So thank you very much, Thomas and Bob, for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
Yep. No problem.
Always fun.
Excellent. Yeah, it's good to have somebody different on mic every now and then, and Thomas hasn't been on mic in a while, so that was cool. And Thyrenia, I hope you'll be on mic with us again sometime soon, because again, we especially like to have different kinds of people on mic, so ladies, people of different nationalities, races, whatever, like, you know, that improves the stream in my opinion. Because we love everybody here. This game, Phantom Trigger, is $14.99. It's on Xbox One, Windows 10, Switch, PlayStation 4, and Steam. It's on everything. I don't know if it's on Vita, but it's on everything else for sure. So there you go. Well, let's find out, Thyrenia. We're going to hold you to it. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to follow me. Join the newsletter if you haven't joined it already. And whatever you do, don't hate. Appreciate.
Later.
Auf Wiedersehen.
What happened to Tyler? That's right. He's out watching UFC, the SOB.